still don't know what I was waiting for. And my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets. Every time I thought I got it made, it seemed was not so sweet.
Michelle? August? Reinitialize that force field! Let me know when it's up!
It's up, so's up TL!
On my go! Come on. Come on. Hit the FDL drive now!
Following Ruby Road, the Doctor and Ruby are in the TARDIS. He talks her through the ropes of his magnificent machine and takes her to an alien world, to the past to see dinosaurs and eventually the future. But as the TARDIS materializes, they find the ship empty. The silent whispers of engines creaking and a baby crying. Moving through the ship towards the noise of the babies, we enter a watch bay. The window shutters open, revealing the mass Medusa of space. Ruby looks out in amazement, and as the Doctor enters the next room, he encounters space babies. Utilizing the scanners, someone makes contact with the Doctor and Ruby. She questions who they are and how they got there, then begins panicking, saying if the ship has registered their existence, then that means the lockdown protocols have been breached. The Doctor questions why it's quarantined in the first place, and we hear a monstrous roar come from within the ship. The nurse on the other end of the transmission tells them that they have to restart the automatic quarantine. Those babies must be kept safe. The transmission cuts off as the lights flicker. The Doctor and Ruby exit the room, and he sonics the door shut. Ruby asks if that's done then, and he looks at her sternly, saying, "What do you think?" Walking off with purpose, Ruby follows on behind. Entering a more destroyed part of the corridor, the ship begins to twist and turn, and the Doctor and Ruby fall over. In this chaos, the TARDIS quickly dematerializes because of the HADs. Making their way to the control panel, the Doctor attempts to fix the issue with the ship's gravity. Eventually making it worse, he gives up and jams his sonic in. The issue is solved and the ship returns to normal. But suddenly, Ruby turns, seeing a shadow coming round the corner. The Doctor steps in front of Ruby and the monster comes into view.
Is that a monster?
No, don't be silly. There's no such thing as monsters. They're just creatures you haven't met yet.
As the Doctor and Ruby run through the ship, a chase scene ensues, resulting in the pair getting split up. What follows is some horror-like scenes with quiet music. Eventually though, Ruby finds a room where babies used to be kept, but she sees the scratch marks on the walls and storybooks on the floor. But something else isn't right. Meanwhile, the Doctor finds himself in a room with a cage, taser sticks and armour. But why would a nursery need all this? As the episode continues on, through both the Doctor and Ruby, we learn that the people running this facility aren't as nice as they seem. Believing they could remove fear from future generations by exposing the babies to scary sights, they found and kidnapped this creature against its will, using it to frighten the children and build up resilience to fear. The Doctor gives a speech on why fear is important and how how it fuels how we use fear to judge situations and people. The creature normally roams free in swamp-like planets, but they've taken it, ripped it out of its habitat. It's a mother too, taken from its children and taken out of its natural habitat. It's scared. It's not attacking the babies, it's coming to help them because it hears their cries. The reason it attacked the people on the ship in the first place is because it just wants to go home, taken against its will. The Doctor refers it to like putting a cat in the middle of a rugby match. Terrified and frightened, it runs and jumps and screams. Rather than running from the creature when we next see it, Ruby stays still, reaching out her hand and allowing herself to gently touch its head. The creature bows and the Doctor stands in amazement, proud yet confused. Realizing all of this, the Doctor arranges for the creature to be taken home and has the people running this facility arrested by the government officials on the planet below, which had no idea this was happening. Back in the TARDIS, the Doctor talks to Ruby about how the universe is often strange. Nothing is ever as it seems. And on that note, he pulls the dematerialization lever and the pair head for the stars.